Congratulations, healers and healing warriors. Yay. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. You did it. You did it. Nice job, you guys. I hope you found this program helpful and that you were able to get some key techniques that you continue to use and to help you on your healing journey. So now what? Now at the end of the program, now what do you do? Well, there's a bunch of things you can do. You keep keep working through everything that you've been working on and building upon it. So keep up the exercising. You can work off the sample program, and once you're able to walk or do the recumbent bike for 5 minutes 2 times a day, see if you can increase that gradually to 3 times a day. And hold it there for a few weeks. And that doesn't mean necessarily walking every day, taking breaks in between. Perhaps one day you do walking, the next day you do some strengthening, and then you take a rest and repeat. And if you begin seated exercises, make sure it is low weight that you start with and you're supported in either reclined or upright position, but that your back is supported, because that can really help decrease that heart rate because you're not using as much exertion to hold yourself up, and it requires less effort. And always monitor your symptoms. Make it feel like it's easy because you still don't want to crash as you continue to build. And then once you get up to 5 times, 3 times a day, 5 minutes of walking 3 times a day, stay in that for a few weeks, see how you feel, and then maybe increase it to 4 times a day. And then you can take some of the 5 times, 2 times a day, and maybe increase 6 minutes for 1 time a day. And just it's play with it, because this is really something that is kind of trial and error and catered to each individual. So work with what works for you best. Hopefully by now you have some idea of what works for you, how to monitor your symptoms, how to really breathe well with your exercise, and so that you can continue to progress, but not in a way that you're going to crash and regress. Okay? And also breathing. Even after 6 months of having post-COVID symptoms, I still have to breathe, focus on my breathing every morning, every night, and I still set the alarm on a lot of days every hour to remind myself to breathe, because my muscles get tight and I really want to keep expanding that rib cage, increasing that flexibility, that mobility of my lungs, of my rib cage. And the other thing, most people don't breathe right anyhow. So it takes a while to really train our body the right way to breathe. And it becomes conditioned over time, but keep working on it. And keep reminding yourself the correct way of breathing, that diaphragmatic breathing, making sure, checking in, you're not breathing a shallow breath in your chest. It takes a while to learn this and really put this into practice and make it automatic even. Then the breath work, there's nothing wrong with doing breath work, right? It can only help us. It increases the oxygen exchange and delivering oxygen and nutrients to your body and your muscles and your brain to keep helping you heal. And even for people who don't have post-COVID symptoms, it is so important. We need that oxygen. And breathing also decreases anxiety and helps us be in the moment and also become more in touch with our body. Got to keep working on all these. To me, it feels like a lifelong practice. And the breathing also helps to continue to retrain that nervous system to keep in a more balanced state, not too hyper-aroused, not too hypo-aroused. We don't want to get stuck in one or the other. Life happens, right? We're going to get hyper-aroused, hypo-aroused, but we always want to come back to that balance. And breathing can help retrain our system to come back into that even keel balance. And we talked about the little spinning toy, spinning in a balanced, steady state. Also, I'm such a fan of meditation, so I really encourage continued meditation. If there was one meditation that you like, pick that. See if you can do it every day, perhaps in the morning to start your day, or at night. Maybe it helps you with, as part of your sleep protocol, to help you sleep better. But I invite you to try continuing meditation. whether it's through this program or something that you find on YouTube. There's also the body scan that's on my website, holistichealingwithdeborah.com, that you might like. I really love the body scan meditation. You can find tons and tons of different body scan meditations with all different amounts of time that would fit your schedule through YouTube also. It can really help you feel grounded and centered, especially if you're feeling really out of your body or you're nervous about something, feeling anxious. It's a great way also to get in touch with your body and get centered again. I listen to it every night to help me fall asleep. And the more we practice all these techniques, the more our mind and body become conditioned. When it hears that meditation, it knows it can be calm. So I've been listening to the body scan for years. And so now when I listen to it to go to sleep, it's almost this automatic response where I just fall asleep many times before the meditation even ends. And it's sometimes, for me, sometimes I'll sit quietly and meditate, but most people prefer a guided meditation, and I do as well. So do what works for you. Don't feel like you have to force yourself and make it something miserable. This is all about what works for you, how to calm your system, and how to feel good. And a meditation may work one day, not the other. Every day is different. Maybe you want a different meditation another day. Maybe you don't want one. And you give yourself permission maybe to take a break. Whatever works for you. It's not forcing yourself into something. It's really doing something that makes you feel good and and give you a sense of well-being. Also, if you started yoga, I encourage you to continue yoga at least once a week. It is such a great way to coordinate your movement with breathing, and you can make this part of your exercise program. And it can help release mental and physical tension. And research has actually shown that it's been incredibly helpful to help people's well being, to decrease anxiety, increase flexibility, and decrease pain. And the moves can help elongate the muscles and create an openness and a space in your body, which is so important for breathing. And it doesn't matter if it's on the floor, if it's restorative yoga, chair yoga, if it's 15 minutes or more. Yoga can help us get in touch with our bodies and um, inner our inner knowing, our inner system, and it stimulates the parasympathetic response, that calming response. And what we put in practice physically, we can also take out into the world, right? When we are in a pose, we can learn how to calm ourselves and just go into the pose and into the body. We can learn to do this when we're outside in the world, something stresses us out. We can learn how to work with the tension, the physical and mental tension that a distressing event can cause us, and kind of go into the body, acknowledge that tension, and even really lean into it and release it. And that's what's so important about yoga is how, and so many things that we do, how what we do, we can practice also in the real world. And it has such an effect on us and our well being and our health. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to seek a therapist to help you progressing, whether it's a physical therapist, an exercise physiologist, or someone that can just help you understand your symptoms and how to progress without creating worsening symptoms. And continue to keep up with good nutrition. The body needs protein to heal. Supplements may be helpful, not just vitamin C, zinc, and vitamin D, but there's other supplements that can help with cell repair. There are functional nutritionists and functional medicine specialists that can see where you may be deficient, and they have special testing to find out about deficiencies, and they can provide resources for you. And also remember, emotions are energy in motion. Emotions are going to come up, let them, acknowledge them, lean into them, get to know them and release them. Emotions that are stuck in us can create more tension and dis-ease. And there's a reason why disease is called dis-ease, because we feel dis-ease within us, and that can come out as a physical illness or more heightened symptoms even. So release them to just watching them as we did in this program. Or you can release them to imagine that you're breathing them out of you, or by journaling, or another way to express them, or whatever works for you. And please feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions or if you'd like a session. Maybe you might need some guidance and you want to focus a little more on breathing or some of these coping with stress techniques and working with emotions and thoughts, or just send me an email if you have any questions as you continue on your healing journey. And last but not least, I'd really, really appreciate if you could fill out the program evaluation because I would love to know what really worked for you, what didn't work, and it and maybe something that you wish that I had added or offered. I'd love to know that and what you found helpful so that I know maybe I can tweak it in other ways to help other people. We're all in this together to help others. So thank you so much for participating in this program. I really hope it helped you find that healing connection to yourself and that compassion for yourself. We're each so amazing. And when we are sick, it can be an opportunity to really get in touch with ourselves and realize how much resiliency and how much inner strength we really have. And to, and to dialogue with ourselves. Listen to your inner wisdom. That inner wisdom is always with you. When you have questions, let it help guide you. Let it help guide you through your questions or your worries. If you need to, imagine that inner wisdom as an image. Or imagine that you're writing, or write it, journal with it, asking questions and listening and receiving answers and writing that out. Your inner wisdom is always there. It's a part of you, who you are. It's a part of your essence. You are a wise, wise soul. Okay? So many times we don't think we know as much as we really do know. Right? So this program is for a year. Please go back to it, to the things especially that really helped you. And I hope they continue to help you. And I send you so many blessings. I wish you so, so much for your life, for your future, and for each present moment. I wish you well being and joy and happiness and love and health. Take care, healing warrior. Take care, hero. Sending you love.